Good morning, beautiful people, and this is your host for Fresh Manna. It's been a pastor for years, and we've had the privilege of hosting various kinds of ministers. And so, usually, when they come into the church, ministerial ethic demands that you acknowledge the presence of the minister of God by calling their name, spotting them out, and possibly giving them 1 minute or 2 minutes to address the house or to send greetings or make prayers across. And so I want to say to us that we began the second half of 2022. I want to share scripture that is found in Proverbs 3 verse 6. It said, "In all of your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path." It's interesting to note that there's a big difference between recognize and acknowledge. You can also, like I said, go to a function and you can spot a person. You recognize the person, or you could recognize a thing, but you never talk about it. It does not mean that you deny the existence or the presence of that person. That is what it is to recognize. It is the state of the mind. In the mind, you can spot that thing or that person. But to acknowledge means to write down. It also means to talk about, like I said. Oh, welcome the presence and the attention of this great man of God in our midst. Many times in our journey of life, at the face of crisis, at the face of difficulty, we fail to acknowledge the presence of God. We don't talk about his greatness. We don't talk about his power. We talk about the challenge that we are going through. We acknowledge the pains that we are having. We acknowledge the circumstances that we are facing rather than acknowledging his presence. He said, "In all of our ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct your path." I said to somebody, faith does not deny the presence of faith. No, but faith says what it wants to see. It exercises what it wants to see. You see, in the life and the ministry of Jesus, Jesus never talked about the problem. It did not mean he denied the presence of the problem. They were right there, but rather he acknowledged the power and the presence of God. Even at the tomb of Lazarus, he lifted up his hand and said, "Father, I thank you always because I know that you hear me." When they came to him and told him Lazarus was dead, he said, "Lazarus sleepeth. Let's go wake him." That was not denial. That was acknowledging the power of God. I pray that as you begin this on Monday, this great week that has been set before you, take out time to acknowledge God in whatever you're doing, in your dealings with men, your dealings with finances, your dealings at home. Acknowledge him, and I tell you, God will make a way for you. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord cause his face to shine upon you. See you again Tuesday morning.